Infrastructure like the metro rail is really necessary for a city like Hyderabad that is exponentially growing. Hyderabad at one time, as you know, has been a very small city, but today if you see the population, we are close to 12 million. That's a huge, really a huge number.
The city's glorious architectural past is now evolving into a modern marvel with arterial metro rails. Connecting the city of Nizams, Hyderabad Metro Rail. India is the second most populous country in the world. Some expert planners have unanimously zeroed in on the metro system, and one of the most solid and lasting solutions, which in some Indian cities has already become a reality.
I think infrastructure like the metro rail is really necessary for a growing city like Hyderabad. Metro rail per se, at least according to people like me who have been giving strategic advice to cities, we think that this kind of infrastructure really pushes a city towards becoming sustainable. Sustainability is nothing but looking at three critical components. I think the first thing is about economic development. And when we say economic development, we mean that look at infrastructure like a metro rail. It connects places and it connects people, aligning with the most important concept called the transit-oriented development, which perhaps has been the driving force for economic development in most parts of the world. And a metro rail can very conveniently be said as a critical piece of infrastructure that infuses economic vitality into the city. So that's necessary. The second cornerstone of sustainability is about environmental protection. And when we say environmental protection, again, all these vehicles are actually spewing carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, polluting the environment like anything. But an infrastructure like the metro rail can really address that, and it's going to really, hopefully, bring in a lot of clean air into the city. The third and the most important thing is about equity. Public transportation, to a large extent, is a leveler. When different segments of society start using that, there's a huge scope for interaction, and people with assets and people with less assets can actually keep using this transportation. And I think all the three cornerstones, like economic development, environmental protection, and equity, can be addressed very, very beautifully by this piece of critical infrastructure like the metro rail.
The Mayor of Hyderabad helps track the changes and the growth of the city.
The city of Hyderabad has grown rapidly in the past decade. There are around about 4,000 buses that are piling on the city roads. As we see the 2011 census, there are around about more than 8 lakh four-wheelers that are running on the city roads, and it is growing rapidly.
The IT boom has ensured that the city attracts scores of people from all around. The migrant population has risen to 24% and is only growing.
Cities like Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, they have really become very, very large cities. And these cities, unfortunately, there's a paradoxical situation here. The cities are economic engines of growth, contributing more than 65% of the gross domestic product. But the very same cities are suffering, and the potential is going to be reduced drastically because the infrastructure is not really, let's say, robust.